Figured I would make a little video for the Multivox MX-202 that I've got on Reverb for sale. Here it is on video. It is in immaculate condition. I've gone through the entire inside of it. It's all been recapped. It is super clean on the inside. It's gorgeous on the outside. You can't see it under this light, but that is actually, there's a green felt up here underneath that I wish I could show you, but interior light in this house is not the greatest. But the pictures, if you look at the pictures, I took those outside with good natural light. I just wanted to show you that everything does work on here. It's plugged in. Currently I have it sitting over top of my Omni 2. But we'll start left or right, master volume. These are tone controls, of course, for the brass strings. Each have their own separate tone control. So if we go into strings, top and bottom, it will give you a little bit of a filter effect with the brass. And that does give you a filter effect. The brass does give you a tad bit of a filter effect. A lot more than the other did. The way the rockers work on this, we have our attack is either normal or slow, volume, normal or soft. It does give you a little bit of a ability to mix a heavier bass, a lighter bass versus strings. It's very well marked where the split begins, but everything's super clean. Sustain does have a separate control and it is completely variable. So if we that will give you some sustain. And all of these sliders have all been cleaned, and they all work wonderfully. There's no dead spots in any of them. And then we've got our vibrato, essentially a fixed LFO. And the delay does work. Okay, let's stick with that. What we'll do is we'll mix on our brass in there also. So here we go with a standard, we'll just do the same chord so we're not changing stuff around. D chord. And we have different ensemble mixes. And let's go back where we were. This does have, like I said, it has the ability to mix and put slow attack on them. And then what we can do is if you say you want the bass to be a little louder than the top, you can just flick this over to soft and then bring your overall volume up. And you can get some pretty good body. Now it's I will say you are not, and you wouldn't with the Roland either, the 202, get the kind of bass, low end bass that you're going to pull out of a 505 or even this Omni 2 down here below, where we get these huge bass notes. It's a different creature altogether. It has a different sound. The ensemble is definitely a lot more Rolandish. If Multivox did anything, they really did rip off the Roland on this. It sounds a little bit different. It's a little bit brighter, but it is super close. When people say there's a sonic difference between the two of them, it is very, very, very fine. You could really, honestly, if you're playing this live, you could EQ it to make it sound like a Roland. The big difference between this and a Roland is a C to C keyboard instead of an F to F. I should have brought the 202 Roland out here so you could see the difference there. But this is a much sharper looking keyboard. It is much cleaner on the inside than my Roland is. But like I said, the ensemble effect is really, really close to the Roland. If you look at the internal parts, I've looked at it at chip level, and it's a ripoff. It really is, which makes it a beast of its own. But as you can see, I have lots of string machines. I have this one. I have this one. I'm even playing around with a strike fet, which I'm having fun with. This is the Multivox that's up for sale. Thanks for taking a look. Make me an offer. Worst I can say is no. Have a great night.